Colorado High School Activities Association football is on Morgan County's B106, b106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This afternoon from Denver, from All City Stadium in Denver, it is the Fort Morgan Mustangs and the Kennedy Commanders. Good afternoon, everybody. Along with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. Mustangs come in after a big win last week, 42-0 over Lincoln. Kennedy was defeated by Northfield, thank you, 62-12. Both teams come in at 1-5 overall, but Mustangs do have the 1-0 lead, and Mustangs will have to play a little bit better, I think, this week, Kevin, than they did last week.
Well, they did play much better than they had most of the season, but they still had a lot of errors and stuff, and they're just going to have to play, keep growing and keep maturing. Should be a little closer game.
Yep. And I think Mustangs will be without Ben Fritzler. I don't know that he was supposed to have an MRI this week, and I don't know if that happened, but Ben Fritzler will not be available for the Mustangs. And kicking off for the Mustangs as they won the toss and deferred is Miguel Davila. And he puts that left foot into it, nice deep kick, and that's going to come down at the 5, across the 10, the 15, not quite to the 20. Still going down that far sideline, and he is finally knocked out of bounds about the 30-yard line. Let's see where they're going to find. I think that's going to be at the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Commanders. They come in, as I said, 1-5. They're giving up 48.8 points a game, only scoring 14.
They have a small roster, we noticed. What did you say, 19 kids?
I think there's like 27 or 26 or 27, yeah. But not many to pick from. Quarterback is Isaiah Tomita. Snap back to him. He's being flushed and going to be sacked. And that is going to be Oscar Ramirez for the Mustangs with that sack. So nice pressure there by the offense or the defensive line for the Mustangs. Also good defensive back coverage to allow that sack.
So Isaiah Tomita, huh?
Yeah, Tomita. He's going to be 2nd and 13 from the 26. 3 receivers right. Snap back is going to be out to the left, and it's going to be incomplete. Over on the far sideline, so that will bring up a 3rd down. The pass was out. There was not a good pass. It was low.
It didn't seem like he was very pressured, but he'd been pressured the time before, so he probably had a little happy feet and wanted to get rid of it in a hurry.
So 3rd and 13. We'll see if the Mustangs can hold Kennedy to 3 and out here to start off this game. Tomita in the shotgun. He's going to pitch it out to the right, and he's looking to throw downfield and wide open, but through the hands of his receiver is Isaiah Rodriguez. But it was there. It could have been caught, but I think he would have been short of the 1st down.
Yeah, a little trickery pulled out on the first drive, and sometimes you have to do that because the kids kind of enjoy those sort of things, and they'd enjoy it more if it was successful.
Yeah. So it's going to be 4th down. Charlie Langford, and I can't see who this other. It might be Angel Lopez. I can't tell. Snap back, and a pretty decent punt on that far side. And it's finally going to go out of bounds at the Fort Morgan 35, 36-yard line. See where they finally put it down at with 10:59 to go here in the 1st period. So the Mustangs do a nice job defensively to hold Kennedy to a punt. And it looks like it will be their own 36-yard line for the Mustangs with 10:59 to go here in the 1st period.
And it looks so far like they're going to be a pass-happy team, so hopefully our 4-man rush is going to be able to continue to put pressure on them.
So J.J. Marquez in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, handoff to Samson Ortega, and he's going to gain a couple. So See where they give it to him out to the 39. Going to give him 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 from their own 39-yard line. As JJ gets his sign from the coaches once again. 2 receivers split left. Weidrich in motion, now sets on the left side. Going to be handoff to Samson Ortega once again. Nice hole on this left side. He's going to get out enough, I believe, for the first down. So, yep, Fort Morgan will get the first down. So it will be 1st and 10 from their 37, or from their 47. Mustangs with a quick snap, going to hand off to Ortega once again on that right side. He's going to get to about midfield. And then he's going to be brought down there. That's going to be a gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
And just like Kennedy was pass happy, we're just pound the ball, and as long as you can get first downs on in 2 plays, you're good in the running game.
Yep. So Langford split wide left. Pass is over the head of Angel Lopez out on the right side. He was open. He was just out in front.
Yeah, and quite a bit high too.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 7 from midfield for the Mustangs on their first possession here this afternoon.
Mustangs playing with a pretty decent breeze behind them. Should help their passing game.
Snap back to JJ, rolls out to his left. Wide open is going to be Langford at the 35, at the 30. Hang on to that. And he does as he's being gang tackled. And he finally goes down at the Commander 27-yard line.
So let's pick up 23.
So 1st and 10 Mustangs. Quick snap once again. Going to be hand off to Ortega over the left side. 25 knocks the guy down over the 20. And he will see if it's going to be enough for the first down. Yes, it is. So first down Mustangs. Did they give it to him, or are they going to be just short?
They're marking it like it's 9
Okay,
yards.
2nd down. Be 2nd and 1 from the 28.
18.
18, I'm sorry, I can't.
They're playing fast, and we can't write and talk
That's
at
right.
the same time.
Handoff now, and that is going to be Kenneth Underwood.
Cade.
Cade? Kenneth under here.
Yeah, that's his name, but he goes by Cade.
Cade.
Yeah, that's good to see the sophomore get a chance to run here early in this game.
So he picks up the first down at the 15-yard line. Snap back to JJ. He's going to be a keeper down to the 10. Runs out to the right. He's going to get into the end. There's going to be a penalty called with.
Line side.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody saw it. I think every ref threw a flag. One of the receivers came back and.
Yeah. So we'll give him his 7 yards on that run, and then the penalty will take that away.
So that'll put the Mustangs behind the chains here. It's probably a 15-yard penalty, I would guess. They're going to mark that off from about the 11. But still first down. So it'll be called holding, okay. From the 21-yard line.
Well, so far, Fort Morgan's the only one that's able to stop them.
So 1st and 15 from the 21 for the Mustangs.
Penalties like that, you have a great drive going, and then you have something that just puts you behind the sticks. And
Yeah, that's what kind of hurts them all year. They've been holding that snap back. JJ looks downfield over to the right, wide open. Is going to be Weidrich, and he's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. I don't see any laundry on the ground, and it is a touchdown to Jackson Weidrich. Puts the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 6-0 with 8:31 to go here in this first period. JJ bought a little bit of time there, rolled out to his right and found Weidrich open on the right sideline.
that was some good reading and going through his progression.
So the
Oh,
Mustangs
man.
go for 2 and come up short. So that will leave the score at 6-0 here as the Mustangs traveled from their own 36-yard line in a little over 2 minutes.
Yeah, they had the play there. Unfortunately, the receiver there cut outside when he had blocking inside, and I think he would have walked in if he just sort of went between his blockers. Now we'll probably see that again next time because they'll have to go.
Yeah. When they fails the first time, they got to try and do it again. As the Mustangs get ready to kick off once again. Davila to kick off. They're going to scoot up a little bit. Are the Commanders? And it's a little pooch kick. It's going to land about the 17 into the hands of the returner across the 15, across the 20. And then down at the 24-yard line. So 1st and 10, Kennedy from their own 24.
Before Morgan having the kind of start that they want to this ball game, success 3 and out on defense, and then march right down there and score.
So shotgun formation once again is Isaias Tomita. It's going to be a handoff, and they get a little bit of yardage there, and that is going to be Adrian Cruz. Somebody's down for the Mustangs at the 20.
So you saw that as 21?
I believe so.
Okay, for some reason I had 24, but that makes more sense.
So we'll see who this is. One of the defensive linemen, I believe, for the Mustangs down on the field. Now they're setting him up, holding his left arm, left wrist. Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow locally from people you know. Equitable has been providing personal bankers to help you through all the steps. Stop by one of 10 locations across the plains or visit equitable-savings.com.
Yeah, it looks like something on his lower arm or wrist or fingers maybe. Is that 50?
You can't tell, just
58 maybe.
probably Victor.
Villalobos.
Yep. I believe that's who it is. So I'll bring up a 2nd and 7. From the 27.
That's the first play with positive yardage for the Kennedy Commanders.
Shotgun formation once again. I think they're still waiting for Victor to get over to the bench. Now they wind the clock. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Snap back. His ball's on the ground, and he falls on it. Does Tomita. So that'll be a loss back to the 24. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Because it looked like he was right in his hands, it back to him, but I think he was looking downfield before he got the ball into his hands.
And he's kind of walking with a little bit of a limp as he came out over to get the play call. So 3rd and 10. Haven't had much success running, so they probably expect him to pass again.
2 receivers left, 2 right with a single back behind Tomita. It's going to be a reverse around the left side, but the Mustangs sniffed that one out well. And that was Noah Aguirre that stayed home on that right side.
Yep, Rodriguez for the Commanders picks up 2 yards of the 10 they needed. We'll see another punt.
Back for the Mustangs is Charlie Langford and Angel Lopez about their own 30-yard line. High snap, and they didn't say it was partially tipped, but not a good punt off, kind of off to the side, went out at midfield. 24-yard punt. 6:45 to go. The Mustangs lead it 6-0, coming up with their second possession.
Fort Morgan got a little bit of a good spot there on the Commanders' 46.
Wow. Apparently it had gone across the sidelines before
Yeah.
it hit up there.
Yeah, landed about the 49. I guess at that angle, it's hard to tell, but
So 1st and 10 Mustangs in Commander territory. Weidrich resets to the left side. It's going to be a handoff to Ortega as he jukes back up the middle. He's going to get about 5 down to the 41. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs. I think as you said earlier, as long as they're getting 4 or 5 yards a run, they're going to just stick with it. Maybe they're going to try and draw up that backfield a little bit and then try to hit Charlie over the top maybe, or Angel on the other side.
they already are doing pretty much single coverage. They got single safety back.
So JJ back, looks over the middle, and I don't know, that may be a
Hold or an
hold,
offensive
pass
push.
interference
Oh.
on the Mustangs.
Yeah.
So that wasn't going to go anywhere anyway. I don't know who that was on. Somebody, must have been another receiver coming across that.
Well, I think it was the one that came open. Who was that?
Was that Charlie?
Was that Charlie? I think that's who they called it on. That's why he was so wide open, because the defender kind of stumbled when he made his break, and maybe he bumped into him or something, gave him a little helping hand.
So remains 2nd down, but it will be back from the Mustangs 44. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 20. As the Mustangs lead it here 6-0. 5:59 to go here in the first period. Weidrich once again sets to the left side. Samson Ortega. This time it's going to be Angel Lopez, as he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Back to the 39.
So how much of a loss was that?
Oh, from the
About
about
4?
about 5. They were at the 44, so it should be about 3rd and 25. There's 2 receivers to the left. Dawson call Angel Lopez on the left. Charlie Langford, excuse me. Single receiver to the right. Samson Ortega behind JJ. Now he's going to line up in the slot to the left. Snap back to JJ. Looks downfield, and going to be caught to, or thrown to Charlie Langford. He caught it at the 45, but immediately hit and taken down. Did a good job being able to hold on to the ball and not going to fumble it, but that will bring up a 4th down. Back to a 4th and 20 from their own 46. It's Frank Urias with a punt, not a real good punt off to the right side to see if he gets any kind of a bounce. It will get a bounce. It was picked up on the other side by Tanner Artem. But the Mustangs come up empty, excuse me, on that possession. 4:23 to go here, first period.
Yeah, that's definitely, the opposite of the drive first time. They just kept going backwards with penalties and a couple plays that didn't work for them, and too much to overcome. So now they need to stop them on defense again.
So 1st and 10 Commanders from their own 35. Shotgun formation, 3 backs in the backfield. as Tomita goes through some signals. Snap back to Tomita, pass out here on this right side. It's going to be intercepted by Angel Lopez. And he is going to be taken down at the 40-yard line. So nice job there on Angel to get that ball knocked up in the air, and then was alert enough to be able to come down with it. So
yeah, he just stepped right in front of the receiver who was doing a slant and got to the ball first, tipped it up, caught it, and then ran all the way across to the other side of the field. But Kennedy's offense was able to keep him from going too far.
So 1st and 10 Mustangs on the turnover. It's going to be actually from the 41. With 4:13 to go here in the first period.
Their best field position of the day so far.
See if they can take advantage of this. Snap back to JJ, handoff, and then back to JJ. Pass down the right side, and it's going to be to Charlie. Touchdown, Charlie Langford. On the little trick play there, it was handed off to Samson Ortega. He pitched it back to JJ, and then he hit Charlie Langford going down that right sideline and into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, that just Charlie barely had to change his gait at all to catch that. Slowed down just a little bit there at the end and adjusted just right and caught that right at the goal line. Nice play.
I'd like to see him use Charlie like that. Now they're going to line up to go for 2 once again. Oh, they're going to say the Mustangs moved. They're going to bring Noe in. I saw him since Fritzler is not available for the Wildcat. Noah Aguirre was running the Wildcat during practice.
So it's offsides, and now it's going to be from the 1.5.
But they called because the guy over here came in and said it was movement on the Mustangs, but it was okay. So they moved. It was on Kennedy then. Must have got overruled.
Didn't know it was a democracy. Now we're going to get a penalty for illegal substitution because we got into the formation with 12 people.
Coach Davies not real happy with that. We'll see if they keep their somebody else. Okay, we got 1, 2 coming in, 2 need to go out. Now they're going to kick it. See who they got. Oh, Davila is going to kick the extra point. Okay, sure, of course he would. So finally got this straightened out. Now it'll be from about the 6. Snap back, kick is up and looks good, and it is for Davila. So that will bring the score now to 13-0 Fort Morgan with 4:04 to go here in this first period. Nice one-play drive there by the Mustangs after the interception by Angel Lopez.
Yeah, you know, and his kicking is just looking better and better as the season goes along. That looked like he's very comfortable back there, straight through, nice height and everything. That's going to be a weapon that, you know, they can use down the road. What grade is he in? What class? He's a junior, so they have him next year. Because they don't think they're going to need him in the postseason this year.
No, I don't. Yeah, they're going to probably come up short of the postseason this year, but lots of good reps this year for sure. Another short pooch kick, and it'll land about the 20. It's going to go by the receiver, Aiden Romero, and he's going to go down it in. Once it goes in the end zone, I think it's dead anyway, so he wouldn't be able to. He didn't have to kneel it down, but he was lucky because the Mustangs were down there just about ready to pounce on it when it went into the end zone.
Yeah, if we could have gotten that to hit at a different point of the rotation of the ball and pop up and die there on about the 2.
Yeah. So first down from their own 20 are the Commanders.
Looking for their first down. They've had 2 positive plays running, 2 negative plays running, and 1 interception.
So 2 receivers right, 2 left. It's going to be a snap back, and that's going to be, there's a run by the quarterback, number 12.
He's not on this
we
list.
do not have a number 12. He's coming out. So that will bring up a second down. That was a loss of 2 or 3. It looks like a loss of 3 back to the 17.
So they've decided to go with him as the quarterback, whoever he happens to be.
Okay.
And they don't really have any other quarterbacks listed except for Marcellus Allen at number 40. So maybe he's a JV kid that's stepping up.
Could be. Snap back's going to be a handoff to the right.
Oh, and a hold.
Flag coming in. That run is going to be, looks like by Adrian Cruz. That will be coming back, I would guess. It is. So it looks like, see if the Mustangs, they may decline it. Bring up 3rd and 13. Yep, going to be declined. So 3rd and 13 from the.
Oh, no, he got 4 yards, so it's 3rd and 9.
Oh, he got something. Okay, sorry about that.
That's his second carry. He's got 2 carries for 7 yards.
So 3rd and 9 from the 21.
Looks like Marshall Rodriguez is the name of the quarterback now.
Okay. Going to be a screen pass out to the right side to Cabrera. And that is going to be a nice play as they get out to the 38, 37-yard line.
So nice 16-yard pass by Rodriguez. Who made that catch?
Cabrera, I believe, is who it was.
Cabrera.
Tony Cabrera.
24.
Yep.
I'm having a hard time keeping up today.
So from
All these
their
names.
own 37, 1st and 10, the Mustangs leading 13-0 here with 2:20 to go here in the first period. From All City Stadium in Denver. Going to be a snap back. It's going to be a play action as he rolls out to his right. Pass out here to the left, and it's going to be in and out of the hands of Gabe Blea, I guess, B-L-E-A. But I think he had been out of bounds anyway. I think it was just a little too far outside for him. So I'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Commanders from their own 37. Had a little pressure on him there. I believe it was Oscar Ramirez that was in there on him. Shotgun once again, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Going to be a handoff up the middle. And once again, I believe that was
It's 24. Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz.
For 1.
Was that 24? Was that Cabrera again?
Yeah. No, Cruz is 24.
No, Cruz is 21.
21. Well, that's a good question then. We'll see who's
We'll
in
see
the
who they
backfield.
have in there. So they'll bring up a 3rd and 9 from the 38.
Yeah, that was 21.
In motion is Rodriguez. Another screen pass over here to the left side. He cuts it back up the middle. Mustangs were there and limited him to about 5 yards. Let's see what they're going to do. See if they're going to go for it. Just over a minute to play. See what they're going to do. It's going to be a 4th and 3.
You know, and really down this far, what's the harm, you know?
Yeah.
You might as well go for it. You're in midfield.
So it looks like they're going to call a timeout here. Are the Commanders. Stubbs Gas and Oil one-stop shopping does exist. Gas, food, and all your travel accessories. Get off I-76 at exit 66A in Wiggins to visit them. So a beautiful day here at All City Stadium here in Denver.
Yeah, it's been kind of chilly the last couple nights. I guess it's supposed to warm back up this week. Not that I'm a weather forecaster, but that's what I read. We're going to be back up, you know, in the 40s for overnight lows for several nights, and it's just a beautiful fall, stretched out long.
Yep.
But before you know it, we'll have some snow on the ground, and it'll be basketball season.
Yeah. Yeah, 52 degrees here in Denver. Little breeze out of the west, southwest, maybe a little bit. So the Commanders are going to go for it here, 4th and 3 at their own 44. As long as the Mustangs don't jump. It was the left tackle that jumped for Kennedy. He was wanting to get a head start out there, and they blew the whistle. Now they're going to punt. No. He's still not sure what they're going to do. Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt now.
Maybe when he was telling them, okay, we're going to go hard count and get them to jump, one of the players said, oh, we're supposed to jump?
Yeah. I missed that in practice, Coach.
Yeah.
So now 4th and 8 from their own 39. Kennedy Commanders snap back, was on the ground. A decent high kick. And going to be by Charlie Langford from about the 26. Did he fumble it? Let's see who came up with it. Kennedy says they got it. And they did.
Yep.
So Langford with the fumble. So that drive, I guess is that a new drive now? Is that?
I'm going to call it a new drive. You know, the last drive ended with the punt, and they got a turnover.
So we'll go.
But I don't know those official ways of handling that. I just know that the Mustangs have got to be careful to not give these kids from Kennedy too much momentum.
So now it's going to be from the, what was it, from the 33. And not much there. It looks like no gain. That was 1st and 10 from the 33 of the Mustangs. So no gain on that possession. 2nd and 10 from the 33 of the Mustangs. So you don't see that from Charlie very often, but putting it on the ground. It's 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, single back behind the quarterback. Snap back's going to be handed off into the backfield. It was a Mustang, but he got through his grip, but was soon swallowed up there by Dominic Vasquez as one of them. And that will bring the first quarter to an end as the Mustangs have found the end zone twice and lead at 13-0 here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Snap back to the quarterback. He rolls out to his left. It's going to be a pass, and it's going to be low to his receiver, Tanner Artem. So who'd you say that number 12? Who's the quarterback?
Last name of Rodriguez.
Okay, we'll go with that. I was trying to see if there was still a number 3 out there because they have an Isaiah Rodriguez.
They do have a number 58, Marco Rodriguez, is a sophomore, listed as a QB and a defensive end, and so maybe they've changed his number to get him to play some quarterback.
So 4th and 10 from the 33. Snap back, left-handed passer. Going to be open. No, it's going to be picked off once again by Angel Lopez at about the 15-yard line. He's going down that left sideline out to midfield, and he is going to be knocked out. There's flags back here. I believe. Well, we'll see if it was offsides on the Mustangs or Kennedy might have. Well, if Kennedy moved, though, it would have.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's, and if it was offsides, they would have blown it dead. So I'm thinking it's probably a hold or something interior, because one was definitely down before the throw, and then there's 2 on the other side, so there's some illegal blocking on the return, but I think the interception will stand. Unless they decide to, they offset, which I don't think should be the case.
Mustangs with their offense out on the field. Let's see what the referee gives us here. Holding on Kennedy. That is declined. Holding on the Mustangs. It's post-possession. So it will be Mustang first down after the interception once again by Lopez.
And he just laid that up there into double coverage, a little bit short, and it was easy for Lopez to step in front and take that back for about 50 yards, but had to give back 10, 15 of them on the penalty.
So first and down, Mustangs from their own 30 now.
Oops, sorry. This is their worst field position. So they've had pretty good field position so far.
So one receiver left's going to be handed off to Ortega as he tries to get outside. No blocking up front whatsoever. And Ortega is going to go down with about a 2-yard loss, it looks like, back to the, no, more than that. That's back to the 26. That's a 4-yard loss. Will bring up a 2nd and 14 from the 26.
Yeah, it's almost like they just did a run blitz there to, like I said, Fort Morgan started off that first drive just looking so good. Second drive wasn't so good. Third drive, they scored on a really long pass. They were kind of struggling in that drive before that. So,
Man in motion is going to be handed off to Samson Ortega once again on the left side. Scoots past the defender and gets out to the 35. So that'll bring up
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, yep. One there. 3rd and 5 from the 35.
A little more manageable.
Snap back as JJ looks downfield, going to roll out, and he's going to be caught from behind back to the 30. So we're going to have it's going to be a sack. That pressure came from his blind side back to the 29. So 4th and 11 now. They're just not getting open like they were.
Kennedy's, like I say, hanging with them, and after that first drive, first couple, first 2 defensive possessions, and the first offensive possession for us, it looked like it was going to be an easy battle, and now it's kind of settled down to a 13-point lead, and we'll see how that goes.
Snap back, and there's already a flag on the punt as it rolls out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Oh.
Illegal shift. Will they just add that onto the end, or is that not what they do in high school football?
I don't know.
Or if
they change the rules so often anymore.
Yeah.
And it used to be that there was some similarity between high school, college, and pros, and now that they're all so different.
So we'll see if it's not, they'll probably decline it. They have pretty decent field position. I didn't see an exception or a decline, or
he pointed at the spot like maybe that meant they're going to do it from there, and it looks like they are going to give him the 5 yards at this point. And that sure makes a lot more sense than making the only way that you can take the penalty is to have them repunt it. Kind of takes away the penalty.
So Kennedy 1st and 10 from their own 48.
Yep.
Snap back once again. Back in there is Tomita. And apparently it must have been an incomplete pass.
So he has thrown the ball 3 times, 2 incompletes and an interception. Rodriguez was in and threw the ball 4 times, 2 for 22, and 1 incompletion, and then an interception.
So I'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 48.
So maybe they get to play quarterback till they throw an interception.
Yeah. You're out. Next guy in. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 single receiver to the right. With Tomita in the shotgun with a man next to him. Snap back, Tomita rolls out to his left, and it's going to be caught by Isaiah Rodriguez. And it looks like that will be enough for the first down to the Mustang 40.
So 13 yards.
Bought himself a little bit of time getting out of the pocket down to the 39.
That was number 3 that caught that?
Yeah. Isaiah Rodriguez, senior. First and 10 from the Mustang 39 as Tomita gets the pitch back, looking now, and he finally is going to get it to his receiver. But I think there's too many men downfield. I think it was going to be a little, and downfield. There was going to be a little flip out to the flat out there, and he wasn't there, wasn't ready to get it.
So he tried to be creative, but didn't realize that on a run play, his blockers are going to be downfield, and he has to just eat that, try and get back to the line of scrimmage, because now brings up first and 15 for him. That used to be like a 10-yard penalty and loss of down, back in the day. And I guess they realized that having a lineman downfield really isn't that big of a penalty.
So first and 15 from the Mustang 44. Shotgun formation, one receiver, one left. Pass down the right far sideline, and that is going to be caught at about the 10 and finally taken out by Lopez. And that is that number 22, I believe, Gabe Blea, B-L-E-A.
That was a 40-yard pass. Puts them in business to make the game a little one-score difference if Mustangs can't stop them.
Yeah, I didn't see. I think he lined up on that right side out there, and
blown coverage of some sort.
Yep. So first and goal for the Commanders from the Mustang 4. In the backfield with the quarterback is Cabrera. Snap backhand off to Cabrera as he's trying to get out there to the left side. He's going to gain maybe one. We'll give him one to the 3-yard line. Noah Aguirre with the tackle. 7:55 to go here in the first half. The Mustangs up 13-0. As the Mustangs with their backs against the wall here defensively. Cabrera once again in the backfield next to Tomita. One receiver left, one right. Going to be snapped back, and Tomita is going to be hit in the backfield, and that is going to be Noah Aguirre with the sack.
Yeah, he was shot out of a cannon, wasn't he? He just came in untouched, and the play had no chance.
Yeah, he looked like he was going to look out to the right, and Noah was in his face before he hardly had the ball spun in his hands where he could throw it. So it'll bring up a third and goal from the 11. A loss of 8. So 2 receivers either side. As Tomita gets the ball, looks out to his right, out in the flat out there, and he's going to be met out there about the 10. And that is going to be
Cabrera.
Like Isaiah Ortiz on the stop. Couldn't see who else was out there, but
Cabrera got the catch for 2 yards. Now we'll see whether they're just going to
looks like they're going to line up for a field goal. Have a number 17 that we do not have on here, so they'll bring up a 4th and 8. 4th and goal from the 8. We have no idea who this kicker is, but we will see what happens here with 6:10 left here in the first period. Snap back, it was rolled back basically, and that kick is going to be no good.
Well, he's got a leg on him, just
Yeah.
can't direct it. I guess it's hard kicking from that far hash, I guess, the angle.
Yeah, it's hard for me to tell just which side it missed. Must have missed on the right, on the far side. So 6:01 to go here. The Mustangs will get the ball back now at their own 20.
Should have enough time to march down and score.
Yeah, 6 minutes. They remember what they did there on their other 2. Of course, the one drive was a one-play drive to Charlie Langford. So but they just got to be able to get their blocks and move the ball. Hand off to Ortega up the left side across the 30. And that won't be enough for a first down for Samson Ortega. Just on the far, just on the past the 30 for the Mustangs. Lopez to the right, Charlie Langford split left, or to JJ out here to the left, and it's going to be in and out of the hands of Wiedrich, excuse me. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10. He wasn't really open. It was high anyway, kind of off his hand. And
Well, unfortunately, Lopez was there in the same area, and the announcers in the booth next door were thinking that maybe it was going to him, and Wiedrich just kind of got in the way.
yeah,
Sometimes that happens. You don't design plays to have 2 receivers in the same area for that very reason.
Lopez in motion, going to be handed off inside to Samson Ortega over that left side out across the 40. We'll see if that's enough for the first down. They're stopping the clock, that it is. So nice job there. Put Lopez in motion and hand it off to Samson Ortega as he went by. It's a nice design there by the Mustangs. Brings up a 1st and 10 from their own 40. We'll call it the 41.
Yeah, Fort Morgan seems to, they've only had that one run play that was a loss of 4. So they run at will.
Mustang shotgun once again going to be handed off to Samson Ortega as he gains positive yardage. Gets 3 out to the 44. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 7.
Yep.
It was. Did Wyatt Patterson run that one? Did they hand that off to him? Or he just went out, I guess. I saw him just go out. 2nd and 7 from the 44. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Snap back to JJ. He's going to pull it down, a designed run as he's going to go out to the left. Almost broke a tackle. Couldn't quite get out of the grasp of the defender, but did get some positive yardage out to the 47. So that's going to be a gain of 3.
Yeah, I think he needs to be a little more patient, wait for that hole to open up. He just, as soon as he got that ball, he started running and didn't let those offensive linemen push their guys out to the outside and past him. He still was able to get 3 yards, though.
A little equipment adjustment for Samson Ortega by the referee. So they'll bring up a 3rd and 4 from the 47. Going to be a handoff this time to Ortiz as he gets downfield, and he'll get enough for the first down into Commander territory, down to the 44. So 1st and 10 Mustangs. Nice march as they started this from their own 20 after the missed field goal by Kennedy with 6 minutes to go, down to 3:10 to go here in the first half.
Fort Morgan keeps the drive going and seems to run well.
It's going to be a wildcat. This is the big Tanoia Gidry as he gets downfield, gets to the outside, to the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
And
but we have a
yeah, you got a hold out there about 10 yards down, 15 yards downfield. So that'll put it back to 1st and 5.
That's what broke him loose. Apparently was a holdout on this side. But Noah's got some speed on him. I didn't realize he was quite that fast, but once he broke out, he got into the end zone, but that will not count. So that will come back. That'll be a 1st and 15 from the 40. That was the 1st and 14, but
5, 7, I guess. So we'll give him 17 yards on that carry, and then the penalty brought it back 10. So, yep, 6.
1st and 6 from the 40. As the clock has stopped. JJ awaits, going to be handed off to Samson Ortega once again over on the left side. And there's another flag. There's going to be another hold on the Mustangs, I'm afraid. Somebody on that right side, I believe. Another holding call, yep. With 2:48 to go here now. And that will send the Mustangs back another 10.
That's going to make it
Yeah, first and
16.
16 from midfield. Going the wrong way. They had done a pretty good job up until now, but two back-to-back penalties. One of them erased a touchdown. Snap back once again to JJ. He looks downfield, going to roll out to his right, tucks the ball, and he is going to, oh, he drops the ball, but Fort Morgan got back on it, I believe. One of the linemen came out and got on top of it. Let's see who that was that saved that for the Mustangs. It's going to be number 67, Christian Velasquez.
Good job, Christian. Following down and hustling, you know.
Follow the play. So that was a gain of 3. So second and 13 from the Commander 47. Under 2 minutes to go here, first half. The Mustangs lead at 13-0. As the Mustangs with 2 receivers out to the left and a single receiver to the right. Snap back to JJ, a pass back to Ortega. He's going to get downfield and he's going to get to the 40. It will be enough for the first down. I don't know, was that backwards? Was that a run, or was that enough forward to?
I think we're going to call that a forward pass.
Forward pass?
Yeah.
And then
For our official statistics.
But enough for it's going to be third down. I was didn't look down the field far enough here, so it brings up a third down. I'm sorry about that. 3rd and 6. From the 40. As the Commanders take a timeout. Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let an injury keep you out of the game. Check out Sydney Regional Medical Center in Sydney, Nebraska. Learn more at sydneyrmc.com. So apparently, I'm not sure what like Kennedy called it. Maybe they were just, I don't think they're thinking they're going to get the ball back and try to get down and score. They were just trying to stop the momentum a little bit by the Mustangs to get their.
Right, get a little coaching in.
Yeah. With 1:37 left here, first half. Still time here for the Mustangs to get down into the end zone once again. Dawson Call and Angel Lopez out here to the right. Oscar Ramirez is going to line up like the H-back to the left. Samson Ortega in the backfield with JJ. They're going to put Lopez in motion, and it's going to be handed off to Samson Ortega as he comes back across the 40 and down to the 37. So that'll bring up about a 3rd or a 4th and 3.
They are calling timeouts like they want that ball back and try and score with 1:30 to go.
So 4th and 3 from the 37 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Western Engineering Consultants. Since 2003, they've been providing big firm product with small firm relationships. Visit westerneci.com for more. The Mustangs with the big win last week over Lincoln, 42-0 for their first win. 1-0 in league play.
It seems like last week we talked about how they just aren't comfortable being in the lead, and maybe that's somewhat the same problem they're having here. They just don't have that killer instinct of wanting to just keep pounding it. You know, they get a little complacent. I don't know. I'm sure they'll hear about it at halftime because the coaches cannot be very happy.
Yeah, yeah. So Weidrich lined up to the wide right. To the left, Ortega into the slot on the right side. As JJ awaits the snap back on 4th down. Need to pick up 3. 2 receivers to the left. Snap back to JJ. Out to Lopez on the right side, out on the left side, inside the 30, now to the 25. Nice job there as Lopez was on the slot on the left and then just cut out to the outside, plenty for the first down. So the drive will continue for the Mustangs as they're down to the 25. Pick up of 8. JJ with the keeper. And just not much there. He's getting beat up. A nice job there by on the drive, though, as they get it down inside the 20. The Mustangs, I believe, have called. No, they didn't call timeout. They're going to continue with the clock running under a minute to go. So that'll bring us up a second and 3 from the 2nd and 4 from the 18. 19. JJ rolls out wide open in the back of the end zone is Jackson Weidrich. So nice job there by the Mustangs as they get downfield. 80-yard drive with 38.3 seconds left to go here, and they punch it in once again for the 19-0 lead. Now they will try for the, I think they're going to line up for the 2-point conversion once again.
Yeah, Jackson Weidrich having a nice game. He's got 2 catches, 21 yards and 19 yards, both for touchdowns. It's Marquez's 3rd touchdown pass of the day.
So it was that 19-yard pass. We'll see what the Mustangs, see if they can punch it into the end zone here to go up by 3 touchdowns. Going to put a handoff to Langford, but he comes up just short. So the score will remain at 19-0 for the Mustangs. I don't know. They ran the. It's supposed to be 38 seconds up there. They got it back on the clock. Was down to like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what they were doing there. Nice stadium. I think, as you mentioned last week, nice stadium, but their clock is kind of back in the 50s.
Yeah.
So
well, back in the 50s, they'd have had electrical wiring running all the way out there, and it would be right. Now we have the age of technology where everything's wireless, and if your router gets a little crazy, then it starts blinking and stuff.
yeah. So Miguel, Davila will kick off for the Mustangs with 38 seconds left. They're up 19-0. It's going to be a little squib kick once again. Hits about the 25. Going to be picked up at the 20 over here to the left. And going to be driven down. Let's see who did that nice. That is going to be Austin Hall with the tackle.
Yep. Kind of caught up with him from behind as he had to slow down to avoid some other tacklers.
So it'll be Kennedy's ball at their own 31. The Mustangs with 3 scores here in this first half. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Now let's see what Fort Morgan's going to call a timeout. Apparently something maybe they hadn't seen. They're going to maybe just coach them up and say, we can't have anybody get behind us. We don't want them going down being able to get a touchdown right at the end of the first half. That's kind of deflating sometime, even if you're up 19-0 and they score just before the half is over. That kind of is kind of a little stunner for them. But Mustangs won't receive the kickoff to start the second half. So,
well, and hopefully they'll not have the same fate as the Colorado Buffaloes.
yeah.
Talk about letdowns. Great first half, and then who knows what the excuses are for the second half. But, to Coach Prime's credit, he didn't make any excuses. He took the blame on himself and the coaches, and I'm sure they're going to work hard this week to get better.
So snap back to Tomita as he looks all kinds of time. Still looks, deep pass, and back behind him. And once again, nice job by Charlie Langford. He gets there right at the last minute, knocks that ball away. Actually, it had been Isaiah Rodriguez that had got behind the defense.
That play took 17 seconds to. He was back there a long time. That was some great protection. I think they were more worried about letting them get out of contain and
Yeah.
keep them in. They're only rushing 3.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from their own 20, their own 31. As Tamita has receivers to the right and to the left. Pass out into the right flat. It's going to be, is it going to be intercepted? It looks like it's going to be, who finally comes down with it? Who are they going to give it to? They gave it to Fort Morgan with the interception. And I believe, who was it? That was Isaiah Ortiz with the interception. So that's the 3rd interception for the Mustangs. That's his first. Angel Lopez with 2.
So here, Fort Morgan's got a couple shots at the end zone with 13 seconds left and can pretty much get this game out of reach.
1st and 10 from the 25 for the Mustangs with 13 seconds left. As they await their sign from the sidelines. Up 19-0 here with a chance to increase it. Commanders back about the 10. They're falling back a little bit. Samson Ortega splits out, snap back over the middle and into the hands, and down is going to be. It is going to be Oscar Ramirez. The Mustangs with a timeout. Nice pass over the middle to Ramirez as they get it down to the 10. So it'll be 1st and goal, I believe. Yep, 1st and goal.
Yeah, nice 15-yard throw right down the middle over the linebackers.
I think that's his first reception today, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, Mark has us spread the ball around. We've got 5 different receivers, quite a few yards, 3 touchdowns. It's been a good game so far for him. Of course, I started doing my stats, figuring that Kennedy'd run it out the clock, and hopefully they don't run the ball in the next couple plays because I got my rushing stats done.
So Oscar Ramirez with his first catch, he's probably been blocking most of the day, and then, you hit that one block and then go on downfield and found him open. It's going to be Dawson Call, split wide right with Angel Lopez, in the slot. Far side is going to be offside already on the Commanders. They first they were going to say no, it was on Fort Morgan, then said no, it's offsides on Kennedy. So it'll be 1st and goal now from the 5. We'll see if that changes the play that they were going to run with 8.3 seconds. Snap back, looks over to the right, catches, and almost intercepted as he tried to get Langford on the slant from the left side, but Kennedy read that well. Now with 5 seconds, going to be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Probably last play here, unless they really throw it quick.
See who they have lined up in their sights now. Dawson Call, Angel Lopez once again to the right. Samson Ortega and Charlie Langford to the left. Oscar Ramirez in the backfield, snap back, and now it's out to Charlie Langford with the catch as he did looked like he was going to cut inside and then spun and went outside, and J.J. Marquez put it where only Charlie was going to get it. So the Mustangs take advantage on the turnover as they go up now 25-0. Let's see if they're going to try and go for 2 once again.
I guess that would make sense. That would give them 3 touchdowns and a 2 field goal lead.
So we'll see if the Mustangs do snap. Yep.
Timeout, Fort Morgan.
Okay, they're going to use their last timeout, I believe, as they lead it 25-0. As time, there is no time left, but they do still get to run their extra point. So 13 seconds ago, well, at least football time, Ortiz with his interception that set it up for the Mustangs at the Commander 25 took him 3 plays to get into the end zone on a pass to Charlie Langford. So we'll see what the Mustangs try to do here. Angel Lopez is coming out to the right.
A little bit more of a power formation.
Yeah. He's the only wide receiver out there. As Wiedrich and they're going to send Patterson as a blocker. It's going to be two Samson Ortega for the 2-point conversion, the first good one today. So that will put the score at 27-0 here at halftime. So we will take a break, be back with the halftime show here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde back here after halftime as the Mustangs lead at 27-0, and the Mustangs will receive the opening half kickoff. So we'll see what the Mustangs can do, if they can move it down the field like they did earlier in the first half. Kickoff, going to bounce it to 20, takes a high hop, and going to be out at the 9, but I believe since he was out of bounds, that means it's going to be out at the 20, I believe, isn't it?
No.
Is it going to be there?
Oh, that was a smart play on his part if that's what happened.
I think so, because that's a kick out of bounds. So it might be at the, they're bringing it out to the 35. I'd seen something like that, but I wasn't sure just what the procedure was there. Good.
I would not be happy if I was that coach either.
I've seen it happen though. I've seen it done once before, but I didn't remember how they did that. But 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the 35 with
quirky little rule.
Yep. So the Mustangs with decent field position here is the now what are they doing?
The coach wants to talk it over.
Yeah.
It makes sense that if you're out of bounds, you touch the ball, it's out of bounds.
Yep.
But boy, that's an easy out for someone who, when you have a perfect kick that bounces and settles down 1 yard in, that you can just go outside and out bounds and fall on it. But
I guess they got him settled. He's still not agreeing with it, I don't think, but he is.
Well, it's not right on a justice sense, but it's right by the books, and that's the way the rules are sometimes.
Yeah. JJ with a snap out into the flat to Dawson Call as he tries to come across the field, and he will get out to about the 38, so only a gain of about 3. He ran about 20, but it was all sideways.
Yeah, he kept trying to get across, and there's just too much traffic for him.
Yeah, 2nd and 7. They're calling it 2nd and 6. Give it to the 39. 2 receivers split left. J.J. Waits gets it. Going to hand off to Ortega over here on this left side. Across the 50, across the 45, across the 40. And he is finally going to be ridden out of bounds in Commander territory down at the 46-yard line.
36,
excuse me.
25 yards on the carry.
Nice job there by the rest of the Mustangs, not holding on that play.
Right, I imagine they probably got their hands taped.
They can't grab anything. But first down, Fort Morgan. Snap back to JJ, handed off this time.
Underwood.
Nice
little run there.
And he gets down inside the 30. So Cade Underwood,
Yeah, we'll give him 6. His second carry.
second and 4 from just inside the 30. Wonder if they're just giving Ortega a break or if he's hurt. We'll have to see if he comes back in. Langford with the handoff inside the 25, spins and is finally going to be down at about the 23. It's going to be enough for the first down. I don't see any flags on the field, so. Langford in motion across the field and got the handoff, so it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from their 22-yard line. So an 8-yard run there by Charlie Langford. He split to the right. Cade Underwood still on the backfield for the Mustangs. They're going to put Langford in motion once again. Yes, to Underwood, to the inside the 10, inside, or not quite inside the 10. And it will be enough for the first down as he gets about 12. As he's down to the 10.
I like the way he runs. You
Yeah.
know, he's like pretty much all business. I'm just going to run. And he did a little sidestepping, but for the most part, he's getting up the field and running hard.
So Dawson Call and
Ortega back in.
yeah, Ortega's in. That's good to see. But nice job there by Cade Underwood. Mustang split 2 to the left. Weed realigns to the left side. Going to be a handoff to Ortega once again across that left side. He's going to get down just inside the 5. So that'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the 5 for the Mustangs.
Might see our first rushing touchdown of the day. It's been all in the air.
Snap back, it's going over the head, and it's going to be picked up by Ortega. He's going to try to get back down inside, does get to the 10, breaks a tackle. It's going to end up with positive yardage after the snap was over the head of J.J. Marquez.
Wow. Is that second effort or what by that kid? That was an awesome run.
He got down to, the 3, I believe. Yep.
And we got a injured
Injured
Commodore or Commander.
Commander. Laying just outside the end zone, but will bring up 3rd and goal from the 3. Picked that up about 10 yards deep in the backfield and ended up with a 2-yard gain. So.
And he just weaved in and out of the defenders, and they couldn't get on anything solid to get a hold of him with.
There's times when that kid is tough to bring down. They're practicing their snaps over there to see who they're picking. Vickers.
Yeah, I don't know if he's normally their center and they're just working on it, or
I think they were just. I'm guessing he probably is. And they were just trying to get it.
52, the injured Commander. That's Ian Martinez, a sophomore. 6 foot, 205-pound tackle. So you did a good job of getting all the way down there to the final tackle then, as a defensive tackle.
So 3rd down for the Mustangs here on their first possession of the second half, up 27-0. 8:27 to go here in this 3rd period as they wind the clock. Yeah, it is Vickers. It's the normal center. JJ just wanted to get a couple of reps in so he doesn't hike it over his head again. Ortega in the backfield. We realigns to the left side. And that came from the backfield. Wasn't the back judge, though. False start on the Mustangs.
The umpire there hangs out with the linebackers and watches for holding.
Still 3rd and goal, but now back from the 8. Makes it a little more difficult. But I'm going to guess up 27-0. This is going to be 4-down territory for the Mustangs. As they get their sign from the sidelines, Dawson Call split wide left. And Angel Lopez in the slot to the left. Langford on the right. An empty backfield now for the Mustangs. Snap back. JJ looks, and it's going to be caught by Charlie Langford going across the middle into the end zone for the touchdown. It took him a little bit to finally clear, but the Mustangs get it in the end zone as they lead it now 33-0 with 7:31 left here in the third period.
Yeah, his third touchdown reception of the day. Marquez's fifth throwing.
So let's see what they do this time. They're going to try the kick this time. Snap back, ball down, looks up, and it is good, as that will increase the lead now 34-0 for the Mustangs as they come out and travel 75 yards on their opening drive to take it up 34-0.
Yeah, that was a nice drive, similar to their first drive of the first half. Now if they can just keep up that intensity for a couple more drives, and we'll be out of here a little earlier maybe.
Yeah, let's see if we can get something, if the defense can hold here once again, as they have done a nice job here this afternoon for the Mustangs. Is Miguel Davila. Let's see if he puts his foot into it or if he's going to pooch it once again. Kind of a pooch kick, and it's going to come down about the 15, taking nice tackle there by Wyatt Patterson. What a nice job there as he takes down Isaiah Rodriguez.
Yeah, right there at the 23, 22, 23.
Yep. So nice job there by Wyatt Patterson. So 1st and 10 from their own, they're going to call it the 22, I guess.
They had a little momentum going before half with being able to throw the ball with some success.
Snap back, going to be handoff once again to Cabrera as he gets it out past the 25 out to the 28-yard line. Be a gain of 6. Out to the 29.
Yep.
Gain of 7. Tomita in the backfield, surrounded there, and he's going to hand it off once again to Cabrera. Yes, he is going to be just. They're going to stop and see if they get the first down or not. Looks like he had to get out to the 22. Looks like he's past that, so it will be a first down.
Yep. You got 5 on that one.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 33.
Wonder if they'll stay in that full house backfield and just run it.
Seems to be the way they have those 2 extra blockers in there. So back once again. This time it's handed off to the up back, and not much there as the Mustangs do a nice job on him. See who that was. Number 11, Craig Johnson. As there was no gain, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. As he was gang tackled at the 33-yard line. Mustangs up 34-0.
Yeah, that was kind of an odd play because the 2 backs in their full backfield are lining up right next to the quarterback, and he almost had to reach around in front and hand that one off, and wasn't what they'd had success with on the previous 2 plays.
So snap back to Tomita. It's going to be a play action. He rolls out to his left, and pressure is coming, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Isaiah Rodriguez. But there was pressure coming from the Mustangs as Dominic Vasquez was coming in along with Carson Roth, putting pressure on Tomita. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 10 after the incomplete pass.
Yeah, Fort Morgan's earlier, like at the end of the half, were rushing just 3. Now they're back to 4 down linemen and 1 deep safety, 2 corners.
So 2 receivers split left. 2 to the right as Tomita in the shotgun once again. Snap back, looks over the middle. Oh, and I thought it was going to be picked, but it was over the head of Noah Aguirre, and it was caught out at the 46. So 1st and 10, Commanders from their own 46-yard line. He kind of came across the middle, I guess, is where he had come from. Tanner Artem split wide to the left, along with Craig Johnson. Snap back, little flare out to the right, and Wyatt Patterson misses on his tackle, but there to clean it up is going to be Isaiah Ortiz. So nice tackle by Ortiz. He has an interception here this afternoon for the Mustangs. So they give him 1 on that. We'll bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 47 of the Commanders. 4:25 and counting here in the 3rd period. It's going by pretty quick, even without the running clock.
That's what I was thinking. Of course, we ran in our drive the whole time, pretty much, till we had the penalties and had to throw.
So Artem lines up to the, we have 3 receivers to the right.
Oh, no, they have too many in the backfield, but they didn't call it.
Now a pass out here to the flat, and he kept the ball. He was carrying it out there pretty loose, but didn't come up with any gain, though. I think like it's going to be 3rd and 9 after all that is said and done. So 4th and 9, or excuse me, 3rd and 9 from their own 47. We're down to 3:35 to go here, 3rd period, with the Mustangs leading at 34-0 from All City Stadium in Denver.
Yeah, Tomita is 3 for 4 this half, but for only 14 yards.
Tomita going to be pitched and almost in the backfield, and he gets away initially and still running is going to be Cabrera, but finally brought down Carson Roth along with Christian Velasquez as once again back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, their last 3 plays have been for a total of 1 yard, 2 passes, and that time he did a good job of getting back to the line of scrimmage. That was a good effort by Cabrera.
Yeah, he evaded a couple of tackles in the backfield, but they're going for it here on 4th and 9 from their own 47. As the Mustangs realign, Tomita looks over the middle, and it was just as well that it was in.
Right.
It was dropped because, but you never know. They might like to try to run it back for a touchdown or whatever. But that pass falls incomplete, so that will be a turnover on downs with 2:40 left here in the 3rd period.
Yeah, you had a receiver there and just kind of overthrew him just a bit. So Fort Morgan set up with pretty good field position at the Commanders' 47-yard line.
See if they can take it down the field and get to that running clock with 2:40 on the start here, 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left. Looks like Cade Underwood back in the backfield for the Mustangs, getting a few reps here this afternoon. And he's going to get the handoff over on that left side. He breaks a couple of tackles. Oh, there's a flag that's going to be coming back, I'm afraid. We'll see who they... Yeah, it's going to be holding on the Mustangs.
That'll take away a nice run by Cade, although he gets the 7 yards, and then it's penalty from there.
And it was away. You know, we've seen that a lot this year, where the penalty is away from the play.
Right.
Because he ran it left, and it looked like it was thrown on the right side. So that'll bring up a 1st and 13 from midfield.
That back judge is a big, tall fella, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. So JJ once again in the normal lineup. Snap back. It's a pass to, who was that two over there? Couldn't see who that was, but it was a completion down to about the
47.
45. Weidrich. 47. Oscar Ramirez, excuse me.
Yep. So he gets 1 yard on the reception. Oh, no.
Got 4.
4.
So 2nd and 9 from the 46 of the Commanders. Isaiah Ortiz and Charlie Langford, I believe, split out wide to the left. Minute 39 to go. They put man in motion. This time, once again, it's going to be Cade Underwood as he gets it down to the 42, I believe. It'll be a gain of 4. Bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 42.
Yeah, that time not quite as big a hole, but, you know, the offensive line is definitely controlling the line of scrimmage because the backs aren't getting hit till they're at least 3-4 yards downfield.
Oh, that maybe got their free yardage there. That should bring up enough for a first down if it's 5 yards down to the. So that we'll take that by penalty. So it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. From the 36 of Kennedy, excuse me. Down under a minute to go here, 40 seconds to go here in the 3rd period. Mustangs lead at 34-0. One receiver left as Dawson Call comes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Call around this right side. He dips inside. He does finally get away inside the 30, inside the 20. Nice run there by Dawson Call. Pulled away from a defender about the 40-yard line. He gets it all the way down to the, somebody must be down for Kennedy. He gets it down inside the 20 to the 19. So nice run there by Dawson Call.
Yeah, he ran through some tackles there. He's,
yeah.
You know, we got some excitement towards the future. You know, we got obviously both Fritzler and Ortega coming back. Will be seniors next year, but now we've seen Underwood, the sophomore, running well, and you've got the freshman Call playing decent, and Marquez, you know, coming back for a couple more years. Got a nucleus there that if they can get some offensive line built up, you know, we could be back contending for titles again, which I think all the Mustang faithful would be happy about.
Yeah. If we could at least get into the playoffs. And next year will be a different alignment once again. I'm not sure just exactly what, but we will be.
I've heard a lot of different rumors.
Yeah.
I've not ever seen anything official about us being in Brush's league, but a multi-class league has definitely been thrown out there as, you know, likelihood.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard too, so we'll see what happens.
I guess people are tired of having, you know, to drive out to Fort Morgan from Denver and having Fort Morgan have to drive to Denver and Lutheran for games.
Yeah.
You know.
So under 20 seconds now here as JJ puts a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to Ortiz as he goes around that left side. Couldn't quite get away from him. He gets it down to the 15. That'll be the last play of this 3rd period as the Mustangs will go to the 4th period with a score with a lead of 34-0 here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Marquez waiting for the snap back here to start the 4th period. Hands it off once again to Underwood and gets it just inside the 15, maybe down to the 13. So it'll be only a gain of 1, I guess.
Fort Morgan's has utilized 9 different rushers so far this game, so that's good that they're spreading that around, and 6 different receivers.
So that brings up a 3rd and 4 from the 13-yard line here in the fourth quarter. See if the Mustangs can stick this in the end zone here shortly and get it to a running clock. Although that third quarter went by fairly quick as Weidrich lines up to the left. And now it's a shotgun to Aguirre. And he's not going to get far unless he can break a tackle, and he's not. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. So they'll bring up a 4th and 4.
Kennedy seems to have decided to put on a defensive stand here at the last.
Looks like they're still leaving Noah in there. See if they're going to run it again. So Noah Aguirre, Miguel Davila in the backfield also lined up on that H-back on the left side. Going to put him in motion. Comes to a stop. And once again, it's going to be Aguirre. He's going to be, there's a flag. It's probably going to be holding as Aguirre runs down for the first down, but I'm afraid it's going to come back. Holding once again on the Fort Morgan Mustangs. See who's hobbling along there. Is that Noah? Noah was limping a little bit. So that'll be back to the 23-yard line.
Now we'll probably see our 6th passing touchdown. Still haven't been able to get in on the ground.
See who's Adam Montez as a receiver here on the left side for the Mustangs, along with Isaiah Ortiz. Receiver on the far side is Jackson Weidrich. Kate Underwood in the backfield once again for the Mustangs. 10 minutes to go here, fourth period. The Mustangs up 34-0. JJ with the pass and incomplete into a mass of people there about the 20. I don't think that thing had a shot from the get-go. He tried to force it in there, and it was not there to be had.
Yeah, to be down inside the 10 and just go backwards and not score any points is not going to be fun to watch on film.
No, yeah, that's when you got to, it's not quite as bad today when you're up 34-0, but, that kind of stuff needs to, you just get too many holding calls and it just doesn't work. So now Kennedy from their own 23 as they realign in the backfield. Tomita once again with a pass down that left side and caught over on the far side. Nice catch. Toe tap on the far side out to the 30. So a gain of 7, bring up a 2nd and 3. I didn't see who caught that over there for sure.
It was 11 Johnson.
Oh, okay.
They have the other quarterback in now, Rodriguez.
Rodriguez back in there, huh? Okay. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. They put Rodriguez in motion, and he busts a couple of tackles, gets out across the 35, enough for the first down. So they'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 36.
Yeah, Cabrera is a pretty hard runner when he gets a little steam. Snap
back to Tomita again. This time it's going to be picked off by Isaiah Ortiz. He's 2nd of the game. So 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions for the Mustangs. 2 by Angel Lopez and 2 by Isaiah Ortiz. So now let's see if the Mustangs can take advantage of this and get it into the end zone with 9:28 to go here in the contest. Up 34-0. 1st and 10 from their own 41. Or not from their own, from the Kennedy 41, excuse me. Sometimes it seems like they need that little more room so they can get somebody open downfield. In motion was Staley. It's going to be a handoff. Let's see who's in there this time. They have some second stringers in there. It looks like who's in there at quarterback. That is Aiden Brown. So they've got the second string backfield in there for the Mustangs.
And Frank Urias ran that ball.
Yeah.
Gonna run out of room on this paper.
He ran that for no gain, so it'll be a 2nd and 10 from the 41. Split out here to the left side is, I don't know, I don't have a number 9.
Adam Montez.
Is that who that is, number 9? Yep. That didn't go up far enough. So 2nd and 10 from the 41. Snap back, handoff once again to Urias. And that's going to be a loss of about 3 back to the 44-yard line. So not much happening there. I think let's see who they've got in there now for the offensive line. Looks like number Jack Worth is into the game, a freshman on the line for the Mustangs. That brings up a 3rd and 13 from the 44.
Austin Hall in the slot.
Getting some good experience here for the young Mustangs. And now a snap back once again. Brown, that was almost intercepted. If that would have let out there a little bit more, that would have been an interception by Cruz. But that ball falls harmlessly to the ground. The Mustangs will have to punt. They'll bring up a 4th and 13 from the 44, and Mr. Frank Urias will kick it for the Mustangs. He will. No, they're going to fake it. He's going to run off to the right side. Needs a block out here, and he is running off to the right side across the 30, 35 down to the 30, and he'll have enough for the first down. So fake by the Mustangs. As we saw, Frank was in there as a running back, and he turned into a running back there on the fake punt as they get it down to the 24. So a little trickery there by the Mustangs with 7:26 to go here in the contest.
That makes up for his -3 on his first or second run. He had a 0, -3, and then now 20 yards.
So 1st and 10 from the Commander 24. Snap back. It's going to be handed off this time to Cade Underwood, I believe. He gets it down to the 20. Be a gain of 4. Be 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. Under 7 minutes to go here. There a flag? I don't see a flag, but they're sure discussing something out about the 30-yard line. Oh, there is a flag at the 25. Personal foul. Mustangs didn't say what it was, but I guess they don't usually, but it wasn't a chop block or anything. But that'll take it back to the 35-yard line. So 2nd and
So that takes away Underwood's run of 4 yards.
see, it's 2nd and 21 from the 35. As they wind the clock here. Once again, Aiden Brown in the backfield as a quarterback for the Mustangs as they await the back judge on his countdown. Now at 10. Snap back, going to be handed off once again. And nothing there for Underwood as he loses 1 back to the 36. So they'll bring up 3rd and 22.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about that fake punt with your, when you're up this far, but I guess it's not like we're running up the score on them.
Yeah, we don't have the first string in there, so. Under 6 minutes to go here now in the contest. Brown sends a man in motion. That is, couldn't see who that was. Ball on the ground. Picked up by Brown, and that's as far as he goes. So it's going to be a loss back to the 41. So we'll see if they punt it away this time. So loss of 5, fourth and 27. 5:10 to go here. See if Frank kicks it away this time. I'm going to guess he probably will. Left-footed punt. Spins it over on that left side. It's going to be short of the 20. They'll walk it back up. Let's see where they finally come down with it. And it will be at the 22-yard line. 5:01 left here in the game. Mustangs will be up next at home, and that will be next Thursday. That will be against Holy Family. There depends what you look at. They're number one, I think, either in the RPR or the rankings, and number two in the other. So,
yeah, they had, I wouldn't say a scare, but they were down 9-0 against Northridge or Northfield last week, or this week before they ended up winning it. So.
It's a first down for Kennedy, but did not gain anything. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 22. Once again, snap back to Tomita out here to the left side to Blia. And then all kinds of flags thrown. Getting a little chippy in there once again in the interior line. That's where things were thrown. I'm not sure what the one was out here unless it's holding.
I think the one out here is a late hit after he dropped the ball. The Fort Morgan kid came up and hit him. One inside had to be a couple linemen going at it.
So we'll see what we have here. Dead ball, personal foul, Fort Morgan. Personal foul, Kennedy. Offset. We will. Oh, that was dead ball, so it's going to be 3rd down. So still 3rd and 10 from the 22. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Tomita in the backfield in the shotgun formation. Snap back, he rolls out here to his right, looks for a receiver, and well behind his intended receiver of Isaiah Rodriguez. Falls harmlessly to the ground, so that will bring up a 4th and 10.
And they're in 4-down territory at this point. Nothing to lose, down 34-0. Knowing Fort Morgan's going to have their JVs in,
Yeah.
might as well go for it.
4th and 10. Receivers right and left. That is going to be a turnover on downs as the quarterback was backing up before he got the ball and ended up on the ground. So that will be Fort Morgan ball now at the, let's see where they finally mark it down at.
All the people marking the balls just walked away, so no one knows where to set it up.
Well, I know it was farther back than the 22. They put it at the 20, I guess. No, let's see where they're. We'll mark it at the 19. So Mustang ball at the Kennedy 19 with 4:27 left here in this 4th period. Once again, Aiden Brown in the backfield at quarterback for the Mustangs has two receivers to the right and two to the left. Going to be kept by by Brown. And he is going to lose yardage back to the 23. It'd be a loss of 4. Bring up a 2nd and 14 from the 23. Kind of sloppy goings on here in the late in the 4th period. Now two receivers to the right as the back judge with a hand up. It's going to be a handoff to Frank. He goes around that right side inside the 25, goes down inbounds. Let's see if See if he gets one or if he's just back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up third down, and they're still saying 14 from the 23. So Adam Montez, as we said earlier, into the game, along with Austin Hall. They're split wide to the left. 3 minutes left here, fourth period. Mustangs up 34-0. Brown with the ball, going to pitch it back to Frank. Once again, comes out of a tackle. He's going to get down into the side of the 25. And brought down at the, we'll give him to the 24. I guess we wouldn't give it to him. That's going to be a loss of one. Yep. We'll take one away from him.
Right.
So that'll bring up a 4th and 15 from the 24. It's such a deep pitch, and then he had to try to get around that defender and ended up losing a yard after all that.
Yeah, at this point, you might as well just go max protection and let him sit back there and try and have one guy go deep to the corner of the end zone and throw it up there and see what happens, because you're not going to run 14 yards, 15 yards.
No. So the two receivers to the right. Austin Hall comes back. It's going to be a keeper by Brown. He's going to get down inside the 20, down inside the 15, but not enough for the first down. He had to get down to about the 10.
So he gained 10 on that, and that helps his stats.
So 2:01 left here in the fourth period. The Mustangs turn it over on down, so it'll be Kennedy's 1st and 10 from their own 15. So the Mustangs will improve to 2-0 in league play and 2-5 overall as they look forward to Holy Family coming up this Thursday. Short week for the Mustangs. Holy Family played Thursday night, so they get a couple extra days of rest before they come to Fort Morgan and take on the Mustangs. Tomita in the shotgun formation once again for Kennedy. One receiver to the left, two to the right. Going to be a handoff, then a pitch, then back to Tomita. Pass out here to the left side, and it's going to be caught by Rodriguez as he gets away, and he fumbles the ball out of bounds. But a lot of second-string players in there for the Mustangs. I'm afraid we don't have numbers for some of them. 25, Ashton Meeks, looks like he was in there.
So 30 yards on that pass by Tomita.
So I'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 44. Snap back to Tomita, looks over the middle, and that is going to be intercepted. I don't think I have a number 40, but it's intercepted on the out in the middle, and he is finally going to come down at the 35-yard line for the Mustangs. Let's see if my other roster has a number.
Third interception on the day for Tomita, 5th for the Commanders. You don't score when you throw that many. They have that many turnovers. Did they have some fumbles too? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I think it was just the interceptions. That was Jeremiah Mills with the interception.
Of course, I started adding up my stats, figuring that Kennedy could run out the clock at minute 30.
So that was a nice job by Mills. And I think Fort Morgan can run it down. 1st and 10 from the 35. Run up the middle now. He's going to kick it outside. Aiden Brown jukes inside once again, inside the 35, inside the 30. And he's finally going to be thrown out of bounds. No, they're going to wind the clock, which is just as well. And he gets that down to the, 28?
Like 8 yards, yeah.
So 2nd and 2 from the 28. Keeper for Aiden Brown. So the Mustangs with 5 interceptions today, 2 by Angel Lopez, 2 by Isaiah Ortiz, and 1 by Jeremiah Mills. Under a minute to go now from All City Stadium. Handoff to Urias up the middle. He's going to be just short of the first down. It looks like he's going to be down at the 26. Well, you need a second and 2, but it's going to be, you had to get to the 25. That would be correct. So 3rd and 1 from the 20, must be from the 26.
Should be the last play, barring strange occurrences. Should just take a knee, I would think.
You would think, but it doesn't look like they're, they're
they
backing
are.
up like they are. And they will take the knee. That is 4th down, and they're just going to run the clock out, it looks like. That was 4th down. Yep, that was 3rd down, excuse me. 3rd and 1, so the Mustangs come away victorious here this afternoon by a score of 34-0. We will take a break and be back with the post-game show here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs post-game show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Now is the time to begin your planning for next year's growing season. Call Dusty or Roxy at 970-571-2024. Well, the Mustangs come away victorious here this afternoon as they shut out the Kennedy Commanders by a count of 34-0. They had led it 27-0 at halftime, and then they added a touchdown, an 8-yard touchdown pass to Charlie Langford, and then the extra point was good to make it a 34-0 win for the Mustangs. The Mustangs also on defense today with 5 interceptions, 2 by Angel Lopez, 2 by Isaiah Ortiz, and then 1. Let's see who that Isaiah Mills, I believe, is who that. Or Jeremiah Mills, excuse me. And that's what got the Mustangs the ball at the end to able to run the clock out. So Mustangs victorious as they move to 2-0 in league, 2-5 overall, and Kevin's got a couple of numbers for us.
Yeah, for Kennedy, ending the night or the day with 58 yards on the ground is all, 128. Passing, they did much better in the second half with their passing, 51 yards, ending up with 186 yards total offense. So pretty dominant defensively for the Mustangs, able to shut them down, 5 interceptions. Then for Fort Morgan, total offense of 395 yards, 215 on the ground, and 200 and, no, that's not right. 215 total in the air. Anyway, we'll go to individual stats because these numbers are all over the place. We got a lot of players got some time. Urias had 6 carries for 17 yards. Ortiz had 1 carry for 5. Ortega 14 carries for 93. Underwood 7 carries for 31. Marquez 5 carries for 13. Lopez had the one kind of jet sweep that got stopped for a -5. Weidrich had 1 for 9. Aguirre had 2 for 17. Langford 1 for 8. Call had the nice run for 17 yards. And Brown had 4 runs for 10 yards there in relief at the end. Marquez ends the day 12 for 16 for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. Brown threw 1 incompletion. And receiving, the lead receiver was Langford for 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. Weidrich with 2 touchdowns on 40 yards, both in the first half. And then probably next up would be Ramirez with 19 yards on 2 catches. And we have Ortega with 1 for 10, Lopez 1 for 12, and Call 1 for 4. So Fort Morgan spread the ball around quite well when they weren't making mistakes and hurting themselves. They put up 34 points or whatever it ended up being, 34 points. Then I said defense, with 5 interceptions and defense holding them to that, we should have scored a lot more points. But this is our 2 games that we had to win. And the next 3 games, boy, look out. Holy Family's going to come in. They're going to be tough. But we'll have them at home. It'll be a Thursday night. Be a short week for us. Then the next week
be Northfield at home on that
Northfield
following
home.
Friday.
And then it's not going to be fun going to Lutheran November 3rd, and I won't be there at that game. My son will be graduating from basic training, and I'm going to go watch and be a proud father.
Congratulations to him and to the whole family. So good for them, good for the Mustangs here this afternoon. It's going to be a tough row here now for the Mustangs here in the next 3 games, but you get some experience for these younger kids as we basically look forward to next Thursday. The Mustangs victorious here once again by a score of 34-0. Thanks to Christy Creighton back at the studios for us today. Does a nice job as always. For Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. Once again, the final score: the Mustangs win at 34-0. Heard right here on Morgan County's B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.